Okay, and action. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday, everyone. Hi. Hello. Hello. Checking out the chat. Hey, TK, Julie, Debbie. Hello. Flowers and what is that? Chowers? Please let me know if I'm butchering your name. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering your name. Thank you guys so much for joining today's live stream. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone has been having a good weekend and staying cool or warm wherever you are. It is still very hot for me. Oh my goodness, and I completely forgot to turn on my fan. Oh my god. See, there's always something. There's always something. I made sure to get my water, which I have. I had my PB&J this morning. I had a slice of pizza. Right? That is what I had for breakfast, just something really quick. And then I thought I had everything set up, but now I'm just burning up. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna go do that because I don't think I'm gonna have a good time if I'm burning up. So, just give me a second. I have to turn on the fan. Okay, there it is. That's so much better. So much better. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, so much better. It is. Oh, the difference is like night and day. Um, it's not the biggest fan. It's super tiny, but it does the work, so gets the job done. Okay, let me just get myself comfortable here. All right, guys. Hey, it's the beginning of the week, so sometimes this happens. All right. My Monday is on Sundays, right? Sunday is my real Monday, so yeah. All right, guys. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining today's live stream. We're going to be watching Unmasking Nichol Kessinger. So many of you have requested this video. Um, I will say this video has been stolen so many times by so many AI channels, and so I had to backtrack and find the original creator. So the original creator of this video is Unmasked True Crime. So go ahead and make sure to check them out as well. Give them a like and yeah, watch the video. But we're going to be watching it here together. So this one is going to be talking about Nichol Kessinger and, going through the entire timeline, something that we've been doing here on this channel, and then just seeing if there's anything else that we can add to that. Like I said, many of you have recommended it because there's a lot of information and Unmasked True Crime, they get into the nitty gritty of everything about Nichol Kessinger. So let's go ahead and unmask her, even though she's already been unmasked, in my opinion. But she needs some more unmasking and some more of the uncovering of evidence. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive into this video.
Hey guys, we're going to start our review of NK's interviews. And we know these came out quite a bit ago, but what we're going to do, like we said in the videos, is take kind of a fresh look at it with what we know now, what he's said in the subsequent interviews and in the book. Really quick before we start, there used to be a page.
Are you guys okay? Are you able to hear it? Gia is here with me, right? She is? Oh, yeah, she is. She's saying hi to everybody. So if you guys can hear her, say hi back. Hello, hello. She's saying meow, meow. Huh, Gia. Baby, where is she? I can't see her. But she's here. She's waiting for me. As you guys know, this is the my everyday routine. Every time I'm done with the live stream and I get up, she knows that I'm done. So then she's like, "Meow," and she shows me her belly. I have to rub her belly, and then she follows me, or actually, she leads me downstairs. I open the door for her, and then she goes outside and gets catnip. And then we hang out outside for 5 minutes. She has her catnip. She's had enough with the sun. She's hot. She's ready to come back in. That is every single time. Every single time I'm done with the live stream. So she's here and she's waiting. And I bet she's gonna also add in some of her 2 cents. She has a lot of opinions about Nichol Kessinger. Okay, she really does. Like us, she also doesn't like her. So anyway, all right, let's go ahead and continue. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
Called We the People versus NK. And we were not the creators of that page. The two creators of this channel, however, along with two other women, Megan and Tatum, that we're friends with, we did help admin the page. And without getting into the whole backstory, because it really doesn't pertain to this, the creator has gone her own way and shut down the page. The other admins, the four of us, we still are friends and we still run groups together. The only reason I bring this up is because the following is based on our own research and our own content.
Oh, okay, nice. That's good to know.
NK's first interview takes place in a park in Arvada. Her dog and dad are with her.
Man, dad and dog present, right? Oh my God. Uh, yeah, the first interview was in Arvada, and it is with Special Agent Jones. So that is the first interview that we heard, the one where the dog is chewing on the recorder, right? We just hear, "Meow, all right, the dog is crying. He's like, oh my God, Nicole doesn't really feed me. Oh, it's her friend Jim that feeds me all the time. She always just abandons me to leave with that potato head. That is basically what the poor dog is trying to tell the investigators, and they're not listening. But anyway, that is the first interview, and it is in Arvada. So let's go ahead and see what else happens.
It's on Wednesday, August 15th, 2018, at the same time that Chris is being questioned at Frederick PD by CBI and FBI, and while they're flying a drone over Survey 319.
Yes, yes. So the thing is, here, let's go ahead and pull up our calendar. It's already calendar time. Look at it. Oh, dang. You know what? It's not calendar time. I restarted my computer and then this always happens. I always lose my calendar every time I restart my computer. All right, I'll pull it up later. But so as you guys know, um or maybe you might not know, who knows. But she was having this interview with police, and Daddy Dwayne was there, right? Which is one of the most interesting aspects of this case is that Daddy Dwayne is with her every single time. Right, every single time. Who even knows? I mean, the other interviews that she had with police is over the phone. Who knows if Daddy was listening? Who knows if Daddy was on the third line, or maybe he's in the living room. Nicole is in her room talking and he's listening in. Who really knows? But Daddy Dwayne was almost like her attorney, wasn't he? So I think it's so weird. I mean, she brought him with her everywhere she went, including the dog. So, all right, let's continue.
The audio is absolutely terrible in this interview, so there's really no point in playing it for you. NK rambles quite a bit through these interviews, so in the interest of organization, we're going to go over her interviews by topic. It's also important to remember while you're listening to this that this is the very first interview. This is before anyone knows the fate of Shanann, Bella.
Um, oh my God. Rhea, thank you so much. Oh my God. Hey, Roxy, I'm joining. I just wanted to say happy birthday because you said it was in late July. Oh, thank you so much. I made you a picture book in the community chat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God, you were so close, Rhea. Wow. Yeah, guys. Wow. Very close. Late July, and you almost got it. It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Wow. Yeah. Uh, thanks, Lily. Thanks. It's early though. It's an early birthday, guys. It's my birthday's actually tomorrow. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. But yeah, thank you guys, and thank you so much for the book. Oh my god, that is so sweet of you, Rhea. Thank you. Aw. All right, here, let's go ahead and celebrate. Let's celebrate, celebrate. Yeah, guys. Yeah, lots of July birthdays, right? I just noticed, wasn't it Zawoki's birthday a few days ago? Yeah, lots of July birthdays. I don't know. I was actually checking the other day. The most common birthdays are September, because that's when most people conceive. I guess I don't know, when is it? Is it the end? It's the end of the year when people just start getting it in. They're like, oh, let's play more Twister, and so then all the babies are born in September. But July is also a pretty common common month for people to be born, apparently. I know, V-Bug. I know. Like I said, I have a lot of things in common with this lady. Yeah, it's a little crazy. And you know what? I will say this is probably why I'm able to read her so much, right? I'm able to read her because she's just crazy. But she's not a Leo. She's a Cancer, like literally. She's a literal Cancer. Um, Of course, no offense to my all of my Leo or sorry, all of my July cancers. I have a lot of friends that are cancer and they're not cancerous at all, not like her. um I'm a September baby. Yes, TK, nice. All right, guys. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and continue. Oh my god. Look at how quickly we deviate from the topic here. Al Holt. Yeah, right. Oh my god. Perfect. Yeah. See, your brother's birthday was yesterday. One of my close friends from high school, her birthday was yesterday, and then one of my best friends his birthday is on Wednesday, which is crazy. Yeah, yeah, that's the difference, right? Yeah, that's the difference, Julie. Is that I'm a Leo, she's a Cancer. Probably. All right, guys. Yeah, let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and continue. Holy, yeah, right.
Cece and Nico.
When did it start? That is such a good question.
She starts out by telling agents that she met Chris.
When did the relationship start? We don't know. We don't know. But if we are to take the her contract, right? She has a contract with Anadarko. Her actual employer is Tasman. And so if Tasman Geosciences hired her and then her contract started and her contract was a 6-month long contract and it ended in August, then 6 months back, that tells us that she started in February, right? So when did she meet Chris? Was it February when she started working at Anadarko, or was it March, or was it May? Definitely June. We already know for sure. By June, they were already talking to each other because of the emails that they sent to one another, but we don't really know. My guess, she had already eyeballed him way before that, right? As we know. We don't really know. We have a lot of theories of how they met, but for sure she had already eyeballed him, probably in the break room or when he's visiting the vending machine, who knows. But she already had her eyes set on him way before that. So anyway, let's go ahead and continue.
Chris in the beginning of June or maybe before that. And I do use the correct words here. She doesn't say the relationship started. She said when she met Chris. In the beginning, both NK and Chris have this date of June 1st. However, when agents go up to talk to him in Wisconsin, he does tell them that the reason he didn't seem that excited in the pregnancy announcement video of May 29th is that he felt guilty that he was already talking to a woman at work. In addition to that, coworker Anthony Brown says in his interview that he saw them having what seemed like a very close conversation in a hallway about 5 months prior to the murders, which would have been
Okay, there it is. They were talking really closely in the hallway about 5 months ago. So, yeah, right. So, the first evidence that we have of them actually contacting each other is the email because we have it in writing. But before that, they were already flirting. She's already like, "Oh my god, I love the shape of your head." So interesting. I've never seen it before. I've never seen anything like it, and I think that's why I'm intrigued, right? And so that's why Chris probably loved it. He loved the attention. He's like, "Oh my god, my head? Really? No one has ever complimented the shape of my head before." And so he was already just head over heels in love. But who knows, right? They were talking about the shape of his head 5 months prior. She just she was so intrigued. She's like, It's very peanut-like, but also very potato-y. I'm not really sure. Which one should I choose?" I think she picked potato because you can do so much more with potatoes than you can with peanuts, can't you? Who knows? Maybe not. All right, anyway, let's continue.
around March. We know that Shanann and Chris took a trip to San Diego from June 22nd until June 26th, and the next day when she got back on June 27th is when she left for North Carolina.
So
As you can see,
ridiculous.
these texts are dated.
Look at this. You think you're the only one addicted right now? I'm so hooked on you. Please. Look, the date is June 29th. June 29th, and the guy's already hooked. God, how pathetic. Pathetic. Has it been 2 weeks? He's already hooked. Or not even 2 weeks, right? It was 2 weeks that they were talking and flirting and whatnot. But it had only been a few days since they had played Twister together, and he's already hooked. Oh, God.
Dated June 27th, the day that she left, and
Did I say 2016? Is that what I said? Oh, sorry. I meant 2017. Did I say 2016? Yeah, I meant 2017. If I said 2016, I'm sorry. Definitely not 2016, 2017. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, thanks for correcting me if I said 16. Yeah, 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 the info was 2017. Yes, 2017, guys. 2017. Alright, let's go ahead and continue.
June 29th, and if you can see by the content, it looks like things are already pretty hot and heavy. In addition to that, you have this super sappy birthday card that Chris gave Nichol dated July 3rd. Why does this matter? I think it's very important when they met, when they started talking, and when they started this relationship, especially in light of her Google searches, which we will touch on in a little bit. I do think it's interesting that in all these interviews, they don't ask her when her contract started with Anadarko. I do know from someone who works there that the contracts usually go in 6, 12, or 18-month stints, but I don't know which one that she had. She tells them that
Didn't she say that she had a 6-month contract? I think I remember her telling Kevin Kovac this, that she had a 6-month contract, and so it was ending, but they let her go before because her contract was already over anyway, right? Wasn't that the thing that she told Kovac? "Oh my god, oh, they fired me, but it's okay, my contract was almost over anyway." So that means that her contract was about to be over, if not August, then maybe September. But they let her go prior to her actual contract date ending. And so the excuse that they told Nicole was, "Oh, well, your contract is ending anyway, so we're just going to end it a little bit earlier." And they told her that instead of telling her, "Oh, we're going to end your contract because you're a liability, because you're making Anadarko employees annihilate their families. And you're also giving away tons and tons of gift cards and making the company lose thousands of dollars," right? Who knows if that's the truth, right? That is part of the joke. We don't really know if that's the truth why she got fired, but for sure she got let go because her contract was ending, but also because she was a liability. I mean, come on. The woman was involved with a family annihilator. He was all over the news. So it would have been a really bad look for Anadarko to keep the mistress involved in such a high profile murder case. I mean, come on, a quadruple homicide, okay, on top of that.
they weren't intimate until the last week of June, she believes, and then she stops to giggle inappropriately about some mosquito that's bothering one of the agents. So now if you take everything into account that you have from the coworker Anthony Brown and then both of their mouths, you've got anywhere from March to July when the relationship starts. And that brings us to the Google searches because even though these aren't in the interviews, these are still really important and they've been a really hot topic as far as this relationship goes. So in the discovery, it has that
Yeah, so it is right here in the discovery. It shows that she Googled Chris Watts in 2017, and there's another search in 2017 for Shanann, but this one is showing January 7th, 2018. Right, so either way, she was looking him up before she even met them. So that is the biggest red flag that we have here, and this is definitely the biggest mystery. I mean, we don't really know how she saw him. A lot of people are saying maybe it was during some hospital event. Some people speculate maybe it was at a gym that they met. Who really knows? We don't have any clue of when they actually met.
Kay Googled Chris on August 3rd, 2017, Shanann in September of 2017, and then Shanann again in January of 2018.
There it
So
is.
let's take a look.
There it is. Okay, September 1st. So September 1st. Hmm. September 1st. And then she Googled Chris again in October. So what this is showing us is that she Googled Shanann before she even Googled Chris. So that means that she knew about Shanann before she knew of Chris. Do we think this? What do you guys think? What? Do we think that she was actually Googling Shanann instead of Chris and then she Googled Chris? Was she obsessed with Shanann and not Chris? What do we think here? Here, let's go ahead and start our very first poll. The question is going to be very simple. Do we think that Nichol Kessinger was obsessed with Shanann and not the other way around? I don't know. It's really weird. The more I look into this case, the more I think that, I've said this before numerous times, that I think that it's that Nicole really envied Shanann more than anything. I don't even think she really wanted Chris. I think that she only wanted him because that's the thing that would destroy Shanann's life, right? I don't know. I think that taking away her spouse would really be a win for Nicole. What do we think? But all right, let's go ahead and just ask the question. Do we think NK was obsessed with Shanann? So it's gonna be SR, right? And not Chris Watts. Okay, and then I have no inclination is gonna be one of the answers because I don't know. Some people need more inclination apparently. Just like Chris. Chris had no inclination. Some of us have a little inclination. All right, let's go ahead and start this poll. I think Shanann was the target. Really, El Holt. Yeah, so do I. So do I. I think she enjoyed targeting married men. Oh, yeah, right? Like she got a kick out of it. Like I don't know. It's a weird psychology, right? People who go after married people, it's it's almost like the person chasing the married person is asking for validation. And if the married person ends up leaving their spouse for the new one, that is the most validating thing. So I think, yeah, I definitely see it. I can see why Nicole Kessinger would go after married men so that she can feel validated and wanted. You know, it's almost like a prize that she was going after. Hmm. Look at that, 78%. 78% of us think that she was more obsessed with Shanann than she was with Chris. And 11% have no inclination. She talked a little about Thrive, but I think she heard about it from Chris. Hmm. Who knows? She may have seen it from the Facebook that she was stalking, right? Allegedly, is what we think. All right, let's continue.
Look at what she would have seen when she Googled them on those days. The first deleted search that's referenced in Discovery is a deleted search of Chris from August 3rd, 2017. All of the following are public posts that NK would have seen when she looked up Chris that day. As you know, a lot of her posts are public, and she also tags Chris, and a lot of them, they all reference the girls, she and Chris, and what she does for a living.
Yep. Yep. Her Facebook pages and her posts were public because her job was Thrive, right? And so anytime that she posted something on Facebook, it was going to be public. And yeah, like she just said, she was tagging Chris as well because he's also part of the Thrive group, right? He is the spouse that she can bring along, and he's also right her husband. So she's going to keep posting about him. And of course, how could Nicole Kessinger not see this?
I mentioned that because during this interview, agents specifically asked NK what she knows about Shanann and what she does for a living. As usual, NK steps back from that question and acts very confused, says she's not really sure what she does for a living or how.
Yeah. Yeah, she acts confused. I don't know. I guess you can call her like a salesperson or something. I don't know. She sells things for like, I don't know, patches or something. I think it's called level, level, something like that. I don't know though. I think I consider her a salesperson, but I'm not really sure. She described everything that Shanann did, and she still says, I'm not really sure. Look, she says, I mean, she's home all day. Right? This is the other, again, this is Nicole Kessinger, the one who throws shade at Shanann by asking, how is it that people who live a sedentary lifestyle can lose so much weight? Oh, it's the patches. And then she blames the patches and, all the crazy things that it does to Chris. Oh, he's double patching. He has caffeine overdose or whatnot. It's all crazy. But again, she knows what Shanann was doing because obviously she's blaming Thrive on Shanann, and she's blaming Chris's weird behavior and his sleepy time awake, right? All of his erratic behavior, she's blaming it on the thing that Shanann sells. So again, how does she not know? She knows. That's why she's blaming Shanann for everything, right? In my opinion. Let's continue.
how she described it. And finally, it's very passive aggressive how she describes it. She finally kind of concedes to say that she might call her a sales rep, but she's not really sure. So again, if you look at the length of time
Yeah, she's so condescending. I don't know, sales rep. I'm a geologist. Oh my God.
she's been researching them and then what information was available to her, it's just more deception that's clear when she should be focused on a pregnant mom and two children that are missing. The next search that's deleted in there is when she searched Shanann Watts on September 1st, 2017.
So many of us have said this, right? Sometimes I still say it could be a coincidence because we never know. We still don't know. Unless it's proven to us, we still don't know. But I will say it's probably a coincidence. Something is a coincidence. But the thing is, once you have way too many coincidences, it stops being a coincidence. And we start applying Occam's razor at that point. When I see way too many things that are coincidental, it stops really being a coincidence and it looks intentional, right? Can we agree with that? Who knows? But yeah, that's how I see it at least. Yeah, if things are starting to look a certain way, once we start piecing everything together, I start applying Occam's razor, which, Occam's razor is the most likely answer is usually the most correct, right? So the answer that requires the least explanation is the most likely answer. And so, yeah, yeah, so many of you have told me, oh, no, no, no. If there's way too many coincidences, that means it's not a coincidence.
So I went back to see if there was anything significant that happened around that time or if it was just a random search. So it turns out that when Shanann had her neck surgery was on August 29th of 2017. And she had more posts than usual at that time. And if you remember in the book, we talked about it in one of the videos, I can't remember which one, Kato makes a comment that when she's talking to Chris, they talk about the fact that NK has researched this family online for a while.
Yeah, Josie, are you talking about the movie? Right? That's a movie, right? Single white female. Isn't that a movie? It's creepy. It's one of those really weird from like, I don't know. It's like a while ago, right? Let's see. It is. Oh my gosh. It's from so long ago. It's from the 90s. Yeah, so for you guys who don't know the reference, this is it. This is the movie. It's called Single White Female Horror Crime. Yeah, it's crazy. And it all sounds like Nichol Kessinger. Let's continue.
So here are the posts from August 29th, 30th, 31st, and September 1st when NK would have done her search. These were all public and ones that NK would have seen when she looked her up. There's even one dated August 30th of 2017 where Chris is posting for Shanann on her wall, giving everyone an update on how the surgery went and saying that she's in pain but still trying to help people. August 29th, when Shanann had her surgery, was a Monday, so it's likely that Chris took at least maybe Monday and Tuesday off or Tuesday and Wednesday off of work. So
Oh, wait, hold on. Didn't Nichol Kessinger Google her on September 1st? So 2 days later, right? August has 31 days. So she Googled Shanann after she posted this. Interesting, right?
it just seems like another coincidence of her looking her up when maybe Chris had the day off of work, or there was talk of Shanann having surgery, and another coincidence where NK is involved. The letters.
What? This is it. This is it. This is where, okay, now I'm seeing it. Okay, now I see where these theories are coming from. It's because of the hospital, and now I see it's September 1st, which is the same day that Nichol Kessinger Googled her. And now there's all of this other stuff. No wonder. Do we think that this is where she started, I don't know, stalking Shanann? It's just so strange. Like, why would she though? That's where, I'm having a hard time picturing why Nicole would just start obsessing over some random woman online. Is she random? Does she know her from somewhere? I don't know. While she was dating Sean. She Googled Shanann while she was dating Sean. Why? Why? This is the question I can't answer. And even, I rack my brain, I go back and forth and try to put myself in her petty shoes. I still can't figure out why she would just randomly start Googling Shanann, unless she saw her, right? Unless she actually met her and either didn't like something about her or reminded her of something, or is she just crazy? Is she just insane? Is she really just like a fucking lunatic? Is that what it is? Right, Britt. Why? Or are we being too logical here? Is she really just a crazy fucking person? I mean, sometimes people do things for no reason. But I think that the rest of us normal people, we are always trying to find a reason why. I think that that's just how our brains work. We want to understand why any person would do something so evil and so cruel, but sometimes people just do things. Sometimes people are just crazy, and there's really no explanation other than that's just how their brains are wired. That's fucking crazy, and it's scary too. I think it's scarier knowing that people are just wired weird than, trying to figure out a reason or a cause for their madness.
From Christopher Arthur Cadle also said in the book that Shanann had everything a mistress would be jealous of, and I agree with her here. If you look at these posts right around her surgery on August 29th, also the time when Nichol was researching her, it does look like the perfect life. She has a loving husband that's doting on her surgery. She's got these beautiful girls that she's missing. And she also has all of these amazing friends that are visiting her and sending her things in the hospital. I mean, it's a very happy and love filled time in her life.
Yeah, Shanann had a lot of friends, real friends, genuine friends. How many friends did Nikki have? Right, Nichol Kessinger. What, like three? 3 or 4 maybe, and the friends that she does have, she doesn't even treat them well. One of her friends goes missing all the time, and she just doesn't really care because to her, it's pretty standard for her friends to go missing. Other ones, like Jim, she just brings into her mess. She gets other people involved in crimes that they don't wanna be involved in, so who really knows? Who really knows? But what we do know is that Nicole Kessinger did not have, the same type of friends as Shanann, and she definitely didn't have that same type of love and affection, from her friends as Shanann did. So I think who knows, right? This is probably one of the reasons that she was super jealous and envious of her. Yeah, she hated all her friends. She did though. Right? I mean, some people might say, "No, she doesn't hate her friends, she's that's just how they are." Right? Friends go missing all the time, it's pretty standard. I mean, holy shit. If your friends go missing all the time and you think it's standard and so you don't care, I mean, are you really a friend? Anyway, let's continue.
So obviously, I'm going to have a lot of people that disagree with us on this, and that's fine. But yet again, too much of a coincidence for us that right when she's in the hospital, like I said, and Chris is probably missing work, that she just happens to be researching Shanann. I don't buy into all of these tiny coincidences. Each one maybe could be explained on its own merits, but when you put this whole thing together like pieces of a puzzle, it's just too much to be one big coincidence.
Yes, 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 yes. See, this is the whole point. When you look at every single coincidence on its own, yeah, it could have merit. But when you have 10,000 coincidences and they're all looking like it's a piece of a puzzle, it stops being a coincidence. All right. So here, let's go ahead and pull up our calendar because I found it. Here it is. It stops looking like a coincidence and starts looking like a puzzle that needs to be put together. So every single coincidence is treated as a possible piece of evidence. All right, let's continue.
So, what are we saying here? I'm saying that I think that the speed of the relationship and things that she's saying about the relationship don't add up to the timeline. If she did start at Anadarko back in August and just had a crush on him, if it was something simple like that, then I could maybe see. But that also tells you that she's been researching him and we don't know when the relationship started. Maybe she researched the crap out of him for 7 months and then adopted his likes or his hobbies. Who knows? There was a rumor going around that prior to
Right.
Anadarko, NK
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, who the fuck knows? Right? Was she stalking the family for 7 months? Was she adopting the things that he liked? Was she, even Googling the clothes that he wears so that she can match with him? Was she looking at his, his hairline and removing pieces of fur from her temple so that she can match with him? Who really knows? We don't know. We don't know. All we know is that all of this is a coincidence. Right? This is all a huge coincidence and a bunch of coincidences put together. And so it looks like, to me, she was stalking them way before. And there was something that she wanted in particular, and it was Shanann's life. Convince me otherwise. Look at this Lavelle Thrive review. And then she also, oh, look at this Advocare versus Thrive, best compensation plan. Interesting.
He worked for Advocare in some type of capacity, and Advocare is a direct competitor of Lavelle, from what I understand. I have no idea if there's any validity to this, but it would be interesting to know. Reason being is that during the interview, NK acts as if she has no idea what Lavelle is or how she would describe what Shanann does. She finally does concede to the fact that she would describe Shanann as being in sales. And as far as those June 12th emails,
It's just the way that Nicole pretends, right? It's so pathetic to me, and it's pretty funny. Like when she pretends not to know how to access her Wi-Fi. I don't know how to turn on my Wi-Fi, sir. Can you help me? She also pretends not to have her Google access. Oh, I don't have access to my Google. Huh? How do you not have access? Like, just reset your password. Like, it's not that hard. All the things that she's claiming not to know, they're not that hard. Even if you don't have access to something, just reset the password. Look it up. YouTube it, like, and she just pretends to be dumb the whole time. She definitely she uses her damsel in distress, her cop out. It's her cop out. That is just how she manipulates people.
go, I always felt like those were contrived. They just don't seem natural to me. The wording, the way they're talking, it just seems contrived to me. I've seen a lot of other people say that too, but they're not stupid, and they knew at some point that the company emails would be looked at. And NK herself says that at one point they switched.
I don't know. I think Chris is stupid, but Nicole Kessinger is not that stupid. She definitely knew that eventually these emails were going to be released, and so that's why she moved this conversation away from emails and into personal phones. And she even tells the detectives this. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'm such a professional. I am the worker of the week, so I was not comfortable with emailing on company computers." Bullshit. She just didn't wanna get caught. Oh, she calls herself, "I'm so professional." Come on, really?
Over from using all company emails and phone to their personal phones. So, for those of you who believe those dates, I'd like to hear
Ew.
from you in the comments and know what your thoughts are.
What's wrong with his face? Ew. He's so he's weird. He's so awkward looking, isn't he? Even his smile looks fake. He's like, "What is this?" Ugh, anyway, let's continue.
Are on this, because if you look at this, and they really started becoming intimate in the beginning of July, then that means that after 2 weeks, actually after 1 week, because July 4th was the first time that she had her first meltdown and he left, and she
Yeah.
showed up at his house
Yeah.
and didn't want to leave him alone in his house and was becoming, it looks like, very possessive.
Wait, trail of deception. Her stepmom worked at Anadarko? What? Really? It looks girlish. Right, yeah, soil blue. It's like a mask. That's the mask. That is the mask that he's wearing. The real Chris Watts is the psychopath that you see in all of the other pictures. Here, let me show you guys. Right, I mean, you've seen it before so many times. But the real Chris Watts, will the real Chris Watts please stand up? Here, let's see. Let's show his face. Ugh, what a monster. Where's his stupid face? Okay, here it is. This is the real Chris Watts. This is the facade, right? This is the mask that he was wearing his entire life. During his marriage, during all of his interactions with his friends and his family, right? Mom, dad, sister, wife, kids, neighbors, coworkers. That is what they saw. The real person was this guy, the monster underneath, the man who is willing to murder his whole family because a woman, another one, showed him attention. So gross.
It would have been about 4 days into the relationship, which remember, she even says she went out of town around that time with a friend. So maybe they've hooked up a handful of times. That seems very odd. So then, in believing those dates, we're also to believe that within 14 days, she's told him that she wants to have his firstborn son, and that's enough for him to start actively planning the murders of his entire family.
It's been 2 weeks. Let's have a baby. Oh my god. No. That's a terrible idea. After 2 weeks? Really? But yeah, this is Nichol Kessinger. Nichol Kessinger wanted to give him a son, and all she wanted to wait was 2 weeks. And she's like, "You know what? You have another family, but you don't need them anymore. I'm trying to give you a son." That was after 2 weeks. Oh my god. And this is why I truly believe, this is just me, but I really believe that she found out, or not found out. Let me back up. She already knew that Shanann was pregnant, but I think that she confronted him about it on July 4th. Okay. I do believe, I'm like 98% certain that she confronted him on July 4th because she was already hooked and she wanted to know if this man is going to leave his family for her or not. And the only way that she can really get her answer is by asking him about the baby. And that is when I think that Chris lied and said, "The baby isn't mine. Shanann is having an affair. This is why we're separating." And she's like, "Okay, Chris." And then kind of let it go for a little bit and then threw it in his face and said, "No, I think you're lying. You need to be honest with me." And then he finally was honest with her. And then that is when the plan started, right? In her head. What do you guys think? Who knows, right? Who really knows? Yeah, you guys let me know if there's a flaw in my logic. But that's what I think because, this is her first meltdown. Why was she having a meltdown already? As we know, the meltdown was caused because Shanann called him and Chris was in her bed, in Nichol Kessinger's bed on July 4th because he didn't work. He didn't go to work. It's a holiday. And so when Shanann called him, he was in bed. He answers the phone. Nichol Kessinger's pissed off and she's like, "Why the fuck are you talking to her? Get out of here. I don't want to see it." And he says, "Okay, I'm going to go home." And that is when Nichol Kessinger follows him to his house in Frederick. And that is when she helps him with his macros. Right? The whole story just sounds like bullshit. That's why I think it's fake. But anyway, you guys let me know. The onesie picture sent her over the top. Yes. Yes. I'm so glad you brought that up, Boops. Here, let me show y'all the onesie photo. This one right here. July 14th. Okay. July 14th. Now, what else happened on July 14th? She pinged in Frederick. Yeah, she did. Why? Because she was taking Chris to the Shelby Car Museum. That's why. It's right here. Look at this. Baby Nico outfit, which is this one. July 14th. Right? Can we see this? Are we able to see that? Oh, you guys are not able to see it. Oops. Sorry. Right there. July 14, 2018. Bought Baby Watts first outfit. It says Baby Watts. It doesn't say, bought Baby Milkman of the first outfit, right? None of her posts are implying that she is with another man or that she is getting ready to divorce her husband. None of her posts show that Shanann is ready to move on with anybody else. Obviously, Baby Watts means Chris's baby. And so if Nichol Kessinger's looking at that, she would say, "Oh, this is definitely Chris's baby," right? Not some other man's. Um, and it just so happens to be also the same day that she pinged in Frederick. She took him to the Shelby Car Museum. Chris Watts is searching the bistro. Chris Watts is searching the bistro. Ugh. Okay. And he also logged into his Facebook, the bistro. Huh. Boops. Bistro. Um, okay. So all of this is happening on the same day, right? Is this a coincidence as well? Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, all right, let's continue.
And planning to off his pregnant wife of 8 years, over a 14-day intimate relationship.
It's so insane. So nuts. Where are we at with the poll? I kind of want to ask you guys a question here. I know. Boops. Yeah. Let me Damn. Okay. I want to ask you guys a question. Do we think that the baby photo and all of this going on 14th is a coincidence? Yes or no? What do we think? Do we think that the photo came first and then she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take you on a date, Chris"? Or was she already planning the date with Chris and she was like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" What do we think? I mean, I definitely think she was already planning on taking him on a date, but I'm pretty sure, if she saw that photo, she probably lost her shit, right? She had a witch fit, as V-Bug put it. She had a witch fit. She had that's all the fits that she had were witch fits. She probably did have one. Ugh, can you imagine being in the museum and having this woman just like, "Oh my god, your wife is having a baby. I'm the one who wants to give you a son, Chris." How embarrassing. I think she already had planned it. Yeah, me too. I mean, yeah, look at everything, right? She already has an entire thing reserved for this man. Every single weekend. The dates were just increasing in value. They went from movie theater, well, actually, let's back up. They went from let's go walk in the park to oh, let's play Twister to let's go to the movies. And then she took him to a museum and then she took him to the actual races. Oh my god. And then guess what? She took him to the sand dunes. Oh my god. Right? Every single trip is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Who knows? Maybe the next one would have been have him actually race a car, right? Like, oh, get in this car, become a NASCAR driver, Chris. What was next? Had she been given the opportunity, who knows? She would have probably taken him out to the Dead Sea to go see the real Dead Sea Scrolls, right? Like, holy shit. All the time, money, effort, and energy that she was investing into this man, yet she wants to say, I wanted him to fix his marriage with his family. Come on. Really? In what world? I mean, what planet is she from? Uranus? Maybe not Uranus, but her anus, someone's anus, Chris's anus, maybe. I don't know. But she's definitely not from this planet. I've never heard of any mistress say, "Oh, I want my man to stay with his wife." Is she crazy? Oh my god. All right, let's go ahead and continue.
She then
Yes.
tells the agent that she just found out that Shanann was 15 weeks pregnant through the media and that she had no idea. And again, of course, these are Chris's words, but she's also proved to lie as well. So, I mean, you've basically got two liars with their different versions of this story. But during the second interview with investigators when he's in Wisconsin in prison, he does slip up at one point and say that NK found out that Shanann was pregnant. I personally find it hard to believe that she wouldn't know she's pregnant. If we know that she Googled her and looked her up before they were in a serious relationship, I mean, most of us know that most women would look her up after they were in a serious relationship. And with all of Shanann's public posts, as has been discussed so many times, I find it extremely hard to believe that she didn't know exactly what they were doing, where they were going, and that Shanann was pregnant. I absolutely believe that she knew.
Yeah, same, right? It's really hard to believe that she didn't know. I mean, come on. It's 2018. It's 2018. If you are dating in this day and age, especially if you're doing some crazy online dating, right? I mean, the internet is fucking crazy. It's full of weird and psycho people. So, yeah, I think if you're dating, you're going to want to look up the person that you're dating. You're going to want to find their LinkedIn, their Facebook, their Instagram, whatever they have, so that you can try and see the kind of person that they are. So, It's just so unbelievable to me. I don't buy it that Nichol Kessinger had no social media whatsoever. And so, because of it, she never even considered looking up Chris Watts. Like, come on. Come on. Is this believable? No, I don't believe this. I don't believe that she went on and had no social media and was just like, yeah, sure, I'll just believe this random guy I just met. No, she's going to be looking him up. Hey, Heather, how are you? YouTube Premium is worth it. You guys are talking about YouTube Premium. I have it. I think it's worth it. But hey, Helen. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, what do we think here? What do we think? The problem is not falling in love fast, but falling out of it even faster. Yes. Oh yeah. Um, let's see. Where are we at with our poll? Do we think that Nicole Kessinger was obsessed with Shanann and not Chris? 75% say yes. So the obsession was really more Shanann and not Chris. 13 say no, and then 12 have no inclination. All right, let's go ahead and end this poll here. All right, and then we'll start another one. And we would have gotten her the Dead Sea Scrolls if he could have. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He could. Yeah, he would have. 100%. Yeah, he would have definitely gotten her the Dead Sea Scrolls. He would have. Yeah, he would have sold the house and all of his belongings just to get her something that she wanted. Anyway, let's continue.
All of the following posts I'm showing are set to public, and they're posts that Shanann posted after both Chris and Nicole acknowledged that they were talking and or in a physical relationship. So let us know in the comments, please. What do you guys think? Do you think that the same girl who Googles condom expiration dates and knows that Chris has a 401k and knows every macro he puts into his mouth, do you really think that she did not know that they were expecting?
Right. Oh my god. Yes. I love the way she puts it because I love the sarcasm. I mean, yeah. What are we really supposed to believe that the woman who knew exactly when his weight loss journey started and when it ended, how much weight he lost from this time to that time, what his protein intake was, what his favorite hobbies and all this bullshit, right? We're expected to think that she didn't know that Shanann was pregnant. I mean, come on. Come on. Nicole Kessinger knew everything about Chris, including his hobbies. Oh, he loves Ford. He loves Mustang because they go fast. Vroom. He loves all of the things that smell like car oil and butthole. Like, he just loves all of those things. So, of course, she's going to be looking at his Facebook. Of course. If she's looking at his Facebook, she's going to be looking at Shanann's Facebook too, because that's his wife. I mean, come on. It just makes no sense that she's just going to be like, oh, yeah, no, I'm not even going to look at the wife. What? But she knows so much about him. Come on. Debbie, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, right. Yeah, I agree. I don't think she was obsessed with Shanann. She was obsessed with Chris and that big house and nice things. Yeah, the big house. I mean, definitely I agree with the house and the nice things. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know, maybe Chris, I don't know, was it the potato shape head? Was it that? Who knows? And Kay basically knew every detail of the Watts lives. Yeah, exactly. And their parents. That too. Yeah. I mean, she knows everything. She's Googling Ronnie. She's probably Googling Cindy. Who knows what else she's Googling? But she knew so much about them. All right, let's continue.
After they're done asking her about the pregnancy, they ask her if they think there's anything else Chris may have lied to her about, and she says she'd rather not look back and second guess things. And then she asks the agent if she can have her name kept out of the media, to which she's kind of dismissive of and says, yeah, he doesn't know how that's going to go. She tells the agent that the last time she saw Chris was Saturday, August 11th, and that they went out to dinner. She mentions they first tried to go to a different restaurant, which was a different Lazy Dog, and that she didn't like the menu. And
I don't like the menu, she says. Yeah, the first lazy dog that they went to is the same lazy dog that she went to with her dad all the time. So is she then just pretending to like the menu when she's with dad, right? So what? She knew the menu, so why would they go to one lazy dog and then change her mind and say, "Oh, I don't like the menu." She already knew the menu though, because she goes there all the time with her dad. So what's the reason for her saying, "I don't want to go to this one, let's go to the other one?" Unless they saw someone that they recognized or they were meeting someone and they went to the wrong lazy dog. I can't really think of another reason why they would change their mind. Why would they go to one and then change their mind and say, "Oh, I'm going to go to the other one?" They are different lazy dogs. Okay, they really are. The first lazy dog is the original lazy dog. It is not the California franchise. And the second one that they went to is the California franchise. So the menus are actually different. So she didn't lie about that. But what's the reason then for going to one and then the other if she already knows the menu? So if anything, even though she answered truthfully, right, the menu is different, we still have to wonder, why did they go then? If she already knew the menu, why did she go? Why would they go to the first one? That is going to be here. Let's go ahead and ask this one. Let's go ahead. I think I've asked it before, but let's go ahead and do it again now that we know that the lazy dogs are very different. Why would they go to the other lazy dog then? Okay. So again, this is knowing that Nicole already knew what the menu was like at the first Lazy Dog because she goes there with her dad. She even tells him, she's like, "Oh, it's the one we go to, Daddy. Yeah, it's the one off of 105th or whatever she says, right? Whatever street she says." And then she says, "Oh, yeah, it wasn't that one though. We went to the other one." Well, then why would she lie? Okay, why would they go to the other Lazy Dog? So what? So are we supposed to believe that she lies to her dad about the menu, right? She goes with her dad and she's like, yeah, yeah. Yeah, let's get the disgusting nachos. Yeah, let me get the gross chicken fajitas. Like, come on. Lady, if you don't like the menu, you don't have to pretend. Right? Like, why are you forcing yourself to eat the disgusting nachos, right? And I will say they're not nasty. I'm not saying that they're nasty. They're okay. But if she didn't like it, why was she forcing herself to do it? So what? So she lies to her dad. She lies to her dad about the menu, right? She was just pretending. Or they saw someone. Do we think that they saw someone? They were meeting someone? Or do we think that they really just messed up? Right? Did she really just mess up? Did Chris drive to the wrong lazy dog? Okay, let's go ahead and start this one. Scott, NK is a KFC kind of gal. Yeah, I see that. Why would they go to the other lazy dog? She lies to her dad about the menu. They saw someone, they were meeting someone, or did Chris just drive to the wrong lazy dog, right? She's like, "Hey, let's go to the lazy dog." And he's like, "Okay." And he drove to the one that she doesn't like the menu. And so then she's like, "Oh, this is the wrong one. Let's go to the other one." Saw someone. Okay. Yeah. All right. Tommy's girl. Yeah. They saw someone. They were meeting someone. They met at the wrong one. Now, just so you guys know, the lazy dogs are very close to one another. Very, very close. Just a few blocks. All right. Let's continue.
That's a little odd considering she mentions later that her dad and she go to this lazy dog, so you would think she would know what the menu is, and that they end up going to a different one. And then afterwards, Chris comes by her house for about 15 minutes and then says he has to go. She tells the agent this is one of the only times they've been out in public together, which we know is also false. He asks her what they talked about on that last date, and keep in mind it was only 4 days before they're talking to her, and she's obviously very uncomfortable with the question and kind of stutters around. And he asks if they talked about his relationship with his wife.
When in doubt, amnesia works. Yeah, when in doubt, I don't know, I can't remember. Kinda, sorta. I don't really know to tell you the truth, to be honest. I'm hungry. I'm so sleepy. I'm tired. I haven't gotten much rest. I'm depressed. Where's Hazel? Right? Those are all of her excuses. Anytime that she's asked, what was that 111-minute phone call you had with Chris? Ugh, ugh, you should have asked me that 3 months ago. Right now, I'm so hungry. Oh my God.
And she says they did not, and they may have talked about trying to set up a time to look at apartments the next week. Then the agent asks her, well, when's the last time you talked to him? And she cuts him off and says, oh, I talk to him all the time. In fact, I haven't talked to him since yesterday when I asked him not to call me, but if I texted him right now, he would respond in 5 minutes. She mentions the 111-minute phone call, but she doesn't say anything besides she talked to him on Sunday night and he seemed fine and she didn't have any issues with him. In this first interview, she also tells agents that she talked to him Monday night and kind of contradicts herself here and says he didn't seem too upset, but then she also says that she could hear the fear in his voice for his children.
Right. Right. Everything, oh man, I love this. I'm loving this video because it's everything we've said already, right? Everything we've said in the past is that she contradicts herself. Oh, hi baby. Did you guys hear her? She said, "Meow." Yeah. She jumped from her tree down to here. So I think, yeah, she's getting ready. She always does that. It's kind of weird. Her first hour, she'll be up there, and then the second hour, she sits right next to me. So like right here, you guys can't see it, but right here. Um, that way, when I'm done and I get up, I take everything off. She is ready to go, and then she's just gonna she's gonna direct me. I'll film it again and I'll post it so you guys can see it. But yeah, I just thought it was so cute. Um, but yeah, she contradicts herself constantly. On the same call, she says, "Yeah, I was talking to him on the phone. I don't really know what we were talking about. Actually, I wasn't really even talking to him. I was just on the phone because I was tired and I'm sleepy and I had to go to bed. And I didn't really hear him worried, but I heard the fear in his voice. Which is it? Which is it, Nicole? She contradicts herself all the time.
They then bring her to Monday and she says they exchanged a few texts while they were at work and that she was going to see a friend, Jim, as we know, but that she doesn't mention his name and says he had nothing to do with anything. And then mentions that Chris texted her at some time in the day saying that his wife and children weren't home. They ask her what time that text was, and then she stalls and goes off on this tangent, kind of deflecting, saying that she's really upset with him and that she's very disappointed in him. Obviously, as we know now, because she doesn't know the time of the text because she's deleted all the information on the 14th.
Right. Deflection. Nicole Kessinger is an expert at deflecting. Yeah, do you guys remember? That's exactly what she started doing. She's like, "Oh, I don't know, I'm kind of upset with him. I told him to stop talking to me, and then I deleted all of the text messages because I was just so angry that he lied to me. He hurt me. He hurt my feelings." She always makes it about herself. Instead of talking about what actually happened, she deflects and then starts making it about herself and, "Oh, this is why I did what I did. Oh, it's not that I'm suspicious. Please don't think I'm suspicious. It's just that I was hurt." Nobody cares. No one even asked her. But she starts explaining herself away anyway.
So, this seems like a good time to insert some information that we found back in April. Our group was doing kind of an in depth review of NK's phone logs, and we noticed that there's some calls that night on Monday through the 13th, well, they go into the morning of the 14th, that overlap with Officer Goodman's calls. So on Monday night, actually, it's now Tuesday, August 14th, early in the morning. Nicole and Chris have been talking back and forth. Officer Goodman is assigned to call and get more information from Chris, like their height and weight, any scars or anything like that about Shanann and the girls. So at 1:58 a.m., Officer Goodman is trying to call Chris Watts on his cell phone, on his personal cell. Because you remember, Chris has his personal cell and he has his work cell. So he tries to call him, and you can hear it on the video that's in Discovery when he's trying to call. It sounds like someone's answering, but then it's silent, and then it just hangs up. And it does this repeatedly. So right around 2:05 a.m., Officer Goodman gets a return call from Chris from his work cell. And Chris tells Officer Goodman that he's having problems with his personal cell even though he's been on it talking to Nichol throughout the entire night with
Exactly. Exactly. It is just not consistent. None of these lies are ever consistent. He is claiming that he can't get a hold of the police officer because his phone isn't working. Yet he's been on the phone with Nicole Kessinger the whole time. The whole time. I mean, his phone seems to work when he's talking to Nicole. It doesn't work though when he's talking to police. Come on, really? Okay. So what is it? Like there's some type of force field or something that when he calls the police, the line, the call just doesn't go through? No, it's because he's lying. He's lying. And the reason that he was lying is because, as we can see here, he was trying to get on a three-way phone call with Nicole Kessinger. He was trying to get her to listen to what he was going to be talking to the police about. And again, what kind of innocent person needs to be listening to what their boyfriend is talking to the police about, even though that boyfriend's whole family has been missing? Like, what would be the other reason that Nicole would be listening on the other line quietly and not saying anything? If she's innocent, why is she on the three-way phone call at 2, 1, right? What is it? 1 or 2 in the morning? Oh my God. Look, it started at midnight all the way till 2 in the morning. Like, what is she talking about? What are they doing? So again, all of this is very, very suspicious. Let's continue.
no problem seemingly, and that so he's calling him from his work cell. So Officer Goodman proceeds to ask him the questions about their height and weight and the identifying marks, and they have an approximately 4 to 5 minute conversation. And if you look at the cell phone bills, Chris makes a call to NK and she does not answer it, but then she calls him back on his personal cell at 2:07 a.m. and they proceed to talk for 11 minutes. And again, we're all going to have different opinions on this, and it's okay if we disagree with us that this is anything significant. But we do think it's interesting that it appears that while he's on the phone talking to the officer on his work cell, she's sitting there obviously quiet, if you hear the call, on his personal cell, listening to him ask questions about his missing family.
Yeah, I mean, for the people who disagree with our analyses, what else could she possibly been doing then? What was the reason for Chris Watts and Nicole Kessinger to get on a three-way phone call with the police if it's not because she's trying to listen in on what they're telling him or coaching him on what to say? What is the other reason? What is a non-nefarious reason for her to be on the phone at 2 in the morning with Chris and the police? Does anybody have an answer? Right? I have no idea. What would be another reason? Does anyone have any ideas? I'm really asking this question. Yeah, I'm really asking the question. What would be another reason other than trying to listen in on what the police is talking to Chris about for her to want to get into a three-way phone call with Chris and the police? Yeah, you don't have to be police to work this one out. Yeah. Yeah, they just have a casual chat with her. Mhm. Pure unadulterated fear. Yep, Paul. Yep. I agree. The cop called him and Chris hung up. Then Chris called NK to let her know. Then Chris called the cop back with her on the line. Yep. Yeah. To make sure that he doesn't throw her under the bus. Right. Right. Um yeah, she was losing her mind. And when she would ask, "What did they say?" He would say, "I don't know stuff." Right. It's because, in my opinion, she couldn't trust Chris. She can't trust him to talk to the police because the same way that Chris was talking to the police, he was probably, talking to them the same way that he was talking to the investigators or, sorry, the news crew about, right? I mean, she saw him on TV. She saw him acting that way, laughing. He's saying he wants his family back and he's laughing on national television, 9 News and Denver 7. So I think that after watching him act like a complete fool on national television, she no longer trusted that this man is reliable or that he's going to be able to get her out of this mess. No. So she needed to take matters into her own hands, as she had been up until this point, and decided, you know what, I'm just going to listen to what they're saying because I don't believe you. I don't trust anything that you're telling me because you're stupid, right? So I do think that that's the reason that she was listening in. Is because she just wanted to make sure that Chris wasn't butchering it and throwing her under the bus. All right, let's continue.
I think it's also worth mentioning that the special agent asks her if she's ever been in Shanann's car. And Nichol will not call it Shanann's car. She calls it the white car or Chris's white car. And then, which is also just catches my attention. But he asks her if she's ever been in it. And she says yes. And it's very hard to hear because she mumbles it. But he follows up with, well, do you remember when or what the circumstances are? And she says, nope, she can't remember. She knows she's been in it at least once, but doesn't remember when or where they went. As the interview continues, some of it's muffled out because of the wind and the terrible audio. But as it continues, she does say that, she's scared for what happened to Shanann and the girls. She says that she knows that Shanann was a really good mom and that Chris said she was a really good mom. They ask her what their plans are for the future. And she says that all couples make plans for the future, but it wasn't anything definitive. Around 25 minutes into the interview, this is her first huge lie. It's when agents ask her if she's been to the house, and she says only once, and then it was the second week of July. So she's referring to the July 14th visit.
Yeah, she said, "Only once. I've just been there once, and it was on July 14th," is what she is saying, right? That was the only time that she really said that she was there, and then she backtracks and says, "Oh, no, no, hold on, I was there twice," right? So the first time she said, "I was there on July 14th." So this day, right? And we have it on the calendar, we have it in the discovery. The Shelby Car Museum, she pinged because she picked him up. And it was also the same day that Shanann posted the baby Nico outfit. But then she backtracks and tells the cops, "Oh no, I was there 2 days, right? Twice." And she tells them, "Oh, it was on the 4th of July." So she confirmed two of them. The the phone logs, we are not able to check if she was there prior to July because her phone logs go back only to July 14th. So we don't have any information before that. But what we do have, we will say that she's been there 4 times. July 4th, July 14th. Um, there's another one, which is July 18th, right? Right here. She pings. And then the more mysterious one, which is on August 13th. What was she doing there at 6:16 in the morning? Yeah, but she lied. She lied twice.
They even ask her, so you've only been there once? And she says yes. And then she goes on to say that she didn't want to be there at all because that is, Chris and Shanann's space. She doesn't use her name though. It's her throughout the whole thing. And then she
That
says that she wanted
woman.
to be at her house because that was our space. And then she even says that she went and saw pictures of Shanann and the girls when she was there, and that she even said to him, maybe you should work on these things with your wife because you have this beautiful wife and these beautiful kids.
Yeah. She went all over that house. She didn't just go into the living room and was like, "Oh, I don't feel comfortable here. This is pretty disrespectful for me to be here because your wife lives here." No, no, no. She went through everything. I bet she went through the pantry. She's probably checking, right? Like dusting everything. She's like, "Oh my God. When was the last time she dusted?" Ugh. So disgusting, right? She's probably just checking everything under the bed. She's like, "Oh, what do you have under here?" She's looking into every single room. "Oh, I love it that your girls read books." Tell them to read books about divorced parents because that's what's about to happen, right? She's saying all kinds of crazy things, and this is when then Nicole changes her demeanor. After going to the house and seeing everything that they had together, she then started to withhold some of the twister time. She started not giving it away anymore. She's like, "I'm not going to put out because I don't like the fact that ugh, you have all of this with your wife." And so I think that is when the very hardcore manipulation started. She started withholding that from Chris, making him feel guilty about it. And I think this is really when the intensity started, right? She turned up the intensity levels and she's like, "Okay, you know what? You decide now if you're going to be with them or if you're going to be with me. But if you decide to be with me, you're going to lose all of these things, but it doesn't matter because we're going to get it later." But if you decide to stay with them, then I'm gonna fucking rat you out, right? Like, that is what I think. Again, this is just my opinion, but I really do think that she used everything against him. And of course, knowing the passive, idiot that Chris is, he didn't want confrontation, right? He just wanted to have fun with her. He's like, what? Can't we just go to the sand dunes and not talk about it? No, he didn't want confrontation. So he's like, okay, I'll just do what you want me to do. Right? I don't know. You guys let me know. Again, this is all here, okay? This is what I think. This is how I visualize it when I think about this whole case and when I listen to Nichol Kessinger talk. But you guys let me know. Let's continue.
One thing I thought was interesting too is listening to these after all the new stuff that's out with the second confession and the book and then more things that have come out. One thing that I wouldn't have noticed before, but I notice now is all these little things that she says that can't be true with what we know about Chris, and it makes you wonder why she's lying. There's more examples in the second interview, little things that she says.
This is a good one here. Why was Shanann's car parked on the street some nights? Why? Why was Shanann's car parked across the street? I have a theory. My theory is one of them is the Vivint. Okay. So, one theory that I have is all of these little calls here where Shanann is asking Chris to call Vivint, right? Chris is calling Vivint and doing all kinds of weird things on the Vivint. I think that that is probably one of the reasons that he would park the Lexus outside. Because if he was leaving and coming and going all the time, then Shanann would have been, she would have been able to see that he's coming and going, and she would have asked him, "Where the hell are you? Why are you always leaving? Like, where are you driving off to?" And so, who knows? Was it the security camera? Is that why he was parking the car on the street? Because every time that he opened the garage door, it would notify Shanann that the garage door opened. So if he just left the car outside, maybe it wouldn't notify her, right? I don't know. And the thing is, I don't know how Vivint works. I'm still teaching myself how that program works. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Is that a reason? That's my theory. What is your what theories do you guys have? When NK said in the interview with that fake Willie screaming, and they were so little, it seemed to me that she was angry, not sad. That scream. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, angry, but also, yeah, to me, she's just really trying to convince herself and the police that she is crying for the babies, even though she's not. Yeah, the woman who's talking now has been so kind to me. What? Hey, Anders, who is it? I sometimes just read comments, right, in the chat, and I have no idea the context. So I'm just confused. I'm like, huh? Can someone explain it to me? All right, let's continue. Or actually, before we continue, VBug said it was the garage sensor that conveniently broke as well. Right, right. The sensor broke. The what is it? He says it. He's like, oh, the pin pad doesn't work. The pin pad doesn't work. The sensor doesn't work. Oh, you need the little clicky thing to open it because you can't just put in the code to open it. Hmm. Yeah, very suspicious, right?
That can't be true with what we know about Chris, and it makes you wonder why she's lying. There's more examples in the second interview that we'll do in the second video, but in this particular interview, one great example of that is when they asked, what do you think about this? And she says, I've never seen a violent side or anything like that. I'm paraphrasing, and which that fits obviously with what we know. But then it goes into her saying, because he's so happy when he talks, and she does that pushed emotion, and she gives him a lot of emotional attributes that we know he doesn't have, even from his friends, family, closest family, in-laws. He doesn't show emotions. In our opinion, both of them seem to have emotions that are just off.
Yeah, that's a very interesting observation there. Very good observation. It is true, isn't it? That Nicole Kessinger talks about all of the emotions that Chris has, even though he doesn't show any. No one in his family or his friends group has ever described Chris as a highly emotional individual, right? No one described him as an emotionally mature man or that he shows a lot of emotion. No, apparently, only Nicole Kessinger was able to see that side of Chris because no one else was able to see how emotional the man is. He talks about being emotional, right? He talks about crying when he was having the conversation with Shanann the morning that he murdered her, but he doesn't actually show that he's crying. Even when he's talking to police and the investigators and he's talking about his girls, he doesn't shed a single fucking tear. Yet he's telling police that he was having an emotional conversation with his wife and that he was crying, but he'd never ever displayed a single tear except for when it's about him, right? When he's about to get sent away and he had his last pepperoni pizza, that's when he's like, I didn't know what to do. Like a moron. How do you not know what to do, guy? 33 years old and you don't know to call the police. I mean, come on. Ugh. I can't. Anyway, let's continue.
Towards the end of the first interview, they ask her what he told her happened that morning. This is where she recounts Chris's strange story about how he went to wake Shanann up, and Shanann then told him that the baby she was carrying was not his. Agents ask NK if Chris had any reason to think that, and she seems to quickly jump onto that idea, saying, well, I mean, she was home all day, so it just seems like another swipe at Shanann. So just a couple last interesting things at the very end here. Investigators circle back again and ask her if she deleted her phone, and she confirms that she did on the 14th. They then ask her if it becomes necessary, would she give them her phone? And this is her response. This is a quote. I'm sure we could work on my phone records, but I use this phone for work, so I would appreciate it if there's any way I could, keep this. Is there another way you can do that? One of the investigators tells her they have special software to retrieve her deleted messages, to which she sounds surprised and just responds with, oh, okay. They ask NK.
Yeah, right. Do we remember this part where Kobach is asking her, "Oh, hey, is it okay if we take your phone?" And she's like, "Oh, this one? Oh, no, no, no. I use this one for work. Yeah, I'm employee of the month. Don't you know? I need my work phone. I use it all the time. I definitely need it back." Girl, take the week off. Right? I've never heard of anybody loving their job that much that they're like, "Oh, no, no, no. I'm not gonna help the police because I really wanna get my job done." What? If I didn't have my work phone, I would use that excuse so much. Oh my god. I would be like, "Sorry, sorry, boss. I don't know what to tell you, man. I lost my laptop. Yep. That work laptop got stolen on the subway. Sorry. I guess I can't work for the rest of the week until I get it replaced." Right? Who the hell is going to be like, "Oh my god, no, I can't give you my laptop because I need it for work." What? What was she? Hourly? Salary employee? Like, why do you care so much? Or who knows? Maybe she has really good work ethic. No, she doesn't. She doesn't. Come on. Who believes Nicole Kessinger has good work ethic? She showed up late to work on the day of the murders, all right? And then she got her employee, one of the employees of this company, to annihilate the family and then destroy the reputation of the company by putting them into oil tanks. So it's just no. I mean, and there is no world in where Nicole Kessinger was an excellent employee, right? A role model for people to follow. No. No. Let's continue.
If she and Chris spoke on both phones and ask for both of his numbers. And this part is really sketchy because she kind of stumbles around and she pretends not to know how to find his contacts, which is just really strange. And the way she's saying it, she's kind of sounding like an airhead and she just can't figure out how to find contacts in her phone. And it's a little bit of an awkward moment. And she finally just tells them that she's sure that the investigators can find it out for themselves. When agents ask her if she and Chris had a favorite spot, she goes on this tangent about how she picked every single place they went and pretty.
Yeah, she did. She picked every single place that they went. Look at her. She's holding a stone. What kind of stone is that? But even look at the way she's holding it. Is she really in Machu Picchu? Did she really go to Machu Picchu? Or is this one of those photos that you take at the theme park? They're like, "Oh, yeah, pick your background." And she's like, "Let me go to Machu Picchu." And she just, like, picked up some rock from the side of the street, the parking lot. She's like, "Hold on. Let me pick up a stone real quick. Oh, here you go." It's literally just a piece of concrete left over from, the construction work. And she's like, "Oh, yeah, let me pose like I'm in Machu Picchu." Or is she actually in Machu Picchu? Oh, it's a yoni egg. Chris worked at Tasman before Anadarko. This is where Nicole worked. Wait, did he really? No name? He worked for Tasman before Anadarko? Hmm. Has this been confirmed? I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna write that down. Because I haven't seen anything that says that Chris worked for Tasman. I've only seen that he worked directly for Anadarko, never Tasman. Okay. I'm still gonna write it though. I'm gonna write it down and check it out. Yeah, there's I also don't wanna, say something that isn't, but yeah, I've never seen anything that says that Chris worked for Tasman. Chris Watts Tasman? Exclamation or question mark? Exclamation point. All right. There we go. He said it at the lie detector test. Did he? Huh. Oh, okay. I guess I have to rewatch that. I don't remember that at all. That crystal picture speaks volumes about NK if you just look into it. Yes. Yeah, it speaks into all of the things that she believed, right? She believes in all of these different energies and oh, if you just rub your potato heads together, you're going to see the same thing. And oh, you're going to just, share thoughts just you would with an airdrop. Oh yeah, you just airdrop your your thoughts onto each other's heads, right? Those are the things that Nicole Kessinger believed. Between Mechanic Job and Anadarko. All right. Thanks, No Name. I'll check it out. For sure, I'll check it out. Yeah, thank you for that information. Yeah, there's nothing good about NK, especially work ethic. I definitely don't think she had good work ethic. I mean, come on. All right, guys, let's continue.
Pretty much Chris was happy as long as she was there. She also tells them that it must be really hard for him to not be able to talk to her right now. One other thing at the very end that caught my attention is the agents kind of say, well, oh, we were in such a rush that we forgot to catch your full name. And, if they said that to me under the circumstances, I'd just be like, oh, yeah, no problem. My name is, give them the information. But she stops and her exact response is, wow. It's just strange. And you even listen to the agent kind of explain himself to her, like, oh, well, sorry. As soon as we heard from you, we rushed down here. It's just kind of ridiculous. It's hard to give an unbiased recounting of this interview because, bottom line, she's not forthcoming, cooperative, and seems to be missing or not caring about the magnitude of what's actually happening. Here's a quick timeline of leading up to and after.
NK, the queen of coincidences. Look at this. 8-8. Google's Marrying Your Mistress. 8-12. Google's Saratoga Trail. And Ronnie Watts. Oh, Ronnie. I wonder why was she Googling Ronnie? Do we know? Here, let's go ahead and let's do a poll, shall we? Let's go ahead and do a poll. Okay, let's go ahead and end our last one. Why would they go to the other lazy dog? 55% say that they saw someone. 30 they were meeting someone. 6% say that Chris drove to the wrong lazy dog, and 9% say that she lied to her dad about the menu, right? So she's lying to her dad saying, "Oh, I love the menu, daddy." And then when she goes there, she just doesn't even like it. She only drinks water probably, or just she just orders a cup of ice, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, why park across the street? That is such a good question. All right, let's go ahead and end this poll and start our next one. So the next one is going to be, why do we think that Nicole was Googling Ronnie Watts at that point? Now we're gonna have some of the real answers. Okay, so Why? Why is NK Googling Ronnie? Why do we think? I can't even think of any reasons why she would be Googling Ronnie other than, Chris told her, "Oh, yeah, my dad is coming over." Maybe, right? Right, Chris Watts told her, that his daddy is flying in. Um, what's another reason? Because she's nosy. That's a good one, smart survival, I like it. Yeah, because she's nosy. She just can't keep she just can't keep her eyes on, her own business. Because she's nosy. I like that. Oh, man. Um, that one's funny. I think she was gonna call him. Really? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, to call him maybe to, like, what, like, give him a heads up or something? Oh, so she wants to contact him? She wants to contact him. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and start this poll. You guys let me know what you think. All right, so why is NK Googling Ronnie? NK is, or sorry, Chris Watts told her that his daddy is flying in. NK is her deal, Ronnie's dealer because she's nosy and she wants to contact him. She threatened his parents if Twats threw her under the bus or didn't follow on the plan. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That would be very bold of her. That would be very bold of her to call Ronnie and be like, "You better not throw me under the bus, old man." Fuck. Ronnie, oh, yes. No name? 100%. Ronnie knew about the adultery. So, hey, maybe that's why she was trying to get, in touch with him, right? So that Ronnie wouldn't throw her under the bus too? Hmm. All right. All right, guys. Let's continue. Oh, right. Here, let's go ahead and keep reading this part. So on 8/12, oh man, give me a second. There we go. I'm always doing okay, and then towards the end, everything just goes to shit. My sinuses just say, "Nope, not today." Okay, so on August 12th, they have an 111-minute conversation, a phone call with Chris that she can't remember, and then the murders occur, and then on the 13th, she pings in Frederick, Colorado, 6:16 a.m. while she's calling Jim. And then again, she tells Chris to pawn Shanann's wedding ring, right? So, right, no red flags here. No, none at all. Let's continue.
After the murders.
Yeah, look at all of those coincidences. Look at this. These are just so coincidental, aren't they? She's Googling, can cops trace text messages? How long do phone companies keep text messages? Difference between text message content and text message detail. She deletes new phone, gets a new one, right? She deleted her last one, which was an iPhone, removed the SIM card and broke it in half. And then here she's saying interviews with investigators and she gives multiple false statements in a triple, quadruple homicide investigation. On the 19th, she Googles, do people hate Amber Fry? Okay, on the 19th. My God. Do we have that here? Oh, we don't. Okay, on the 19th, she Googles the Amber Fry. Oh, we do have it. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong month. Oh, we don't have it. Never mind. I was wrong. Okay, we don't have it. Let's go ahead and add it, shall we? All right, so NK Googling Amber Fry. Do people hate Amber Fry? Amber Fry book deal, right? These are all the things that she's Googling after the fact. Again, who does that? My goodness. Wolf Baby, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Has it ever been proven that she was an actual geologist? In order to be considered an actual geologist, you have to take 2 standardized tests as well as completing a bachelor's degree. Um, you know what? That is actually a good question. That's a very, very good question. Yeah, so, huh. She only has a bachelor's degree. Right? So she only has a bachelor's degree. So in that case, she, if she has a bachelor's degree in geology, she's not technically a geologist. To be a geologist, you need a PhD. So you need so you need a doctorate to be able to become a field geologist. Um, so I don't know. Hmm. So I guess that's probably why she was the safety person, right? Because she does have geology training, but I don't think she has a master's degree, right? Nichol Kessinger didn't have a master's degree. Because with a master's degree, um, and the only reason I say this is because I used to be a geology major, which is precisely why I changed my major, is because I didn't want a PhD. Um, I was a geology major and a geology tutor, and I was working on my bachelor's degree. But then I realized in order to be a field geologist, I would need to go get a master's degree and then continue with a PhD, and then finally go and get some field work done. So yeah, you're definitely right, Wolf Baby, that you would need these standardized tests to be able to work in places like, USGS, so the United States Geological Survey, or to be able to work for even NOAA, right? The National, what is it? Oh my God, Atmospheric and Oceanic Organization, I believe it's, or administration. So yeah, like you would definitely need certain things to be a real geologist. That's a really good question. Hmm. I guess I never even considered that. She has some training, but she's not really a geologist then. Right. Okay. So she sounds more like an environmental science major. Hmm. That's such a good question. Huh. Yeah. 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 Right. Exactly. El Holt. Yeah. Like people who study earthquakes, people who study volcanoes, right? Volcanologists. Any one of these. Yeah. So you can definitely get a bachelor's degree in geology. And then you would have to get a graduate degree in geology. And then you choose your field of interest, right? So then you can go into earthquakes, you can go into volcanoes, or you can work for the private sector, right? You can work for ExxonMobil, you can work for in any like gas or like oil company, right? You can do work fracking, or yeah, basically all of that. Oh my god, I'm just, oh my god, now I'm starting to talk about things that I used to do, and uh yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do with geology. Just like her resume of false degrees. Oh yeah, just me, Sue. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yes, yeah, boobs. Yeah, Dr. Rocks, geologist. Yeah, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, when I did a lot of when I was a tutor in college, the students would just kind of laugh at that. They'd be like, "Is your name Rocks because you like rocks?" Right? They would just laugh. They're like, "Oh my God, it's so funny and it's so cute that you love rocks and your name is Rocks." Yeah, I guess it's meant to be. But anyway, all right, let's continue.
Thank you so much for coming out here with me, Christopher. I am having a wonderful time. You mean a lot to me, and I'm glad that you're having a blast. I am so out of breath. I guess just call me back when you have a chance.
Okay, look at this. A question. We're about to have another poll. Question for all of you. Nicole is wearing this shirt right now. Do we think that this shirt, either she owned it before she met Chris, she bought it for herself to match with Chris, or do we think that she's wearing Chris's shirt that he left behind? Oh man, this is a question that came up, and I really wanted to just see what you guys think. This is a very good question to ask. But before we do that, let's just go ahead and give it a little more time with Nichol Kessinger Googling Ronnie. 55% just say, okay, so it's just because she's nosy. Okay. All right. So it's because she's nosy that she's Googling Ronnie. 31% say that she wants to contact him. She's wearing his shirt. You guys think she's wearing his shirt? She got it from Twats. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here, let's go ahead and end this poll and start the next one. Okay. What do we think about the shirt? All right, so the first one is going to be she owned it before Chris. She bought it to match with Chris. Or she's wearing Chris's shirt. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and start the poll. All right. There we go. Okay. So the question is, what do we think about the shirt? Does she own it before Chris Watts? She bought it to match with Chris Watts. She's wearing Chris Watts' shirt, or no inclination. Oh my God. Wow. 84%. She's wearing Chris Watts' shirt. Hey, Deadline Crime. How's it going? How are you? Hey, thanks so much for joining a live stream. Very good to see you. Look at that. 73% thinks she's wearing Chris Watts' shirt. I mean, yeah, right? This is probably why she's taking a photo this way. Right? She's taking a selfie. She's like, oh, look, Chris. This shirt fits me so nicely. I mean, look at her face, right? She's so happy with the shirt. Yeah, she looks like she's showing it off. Like, look, it fits me really nice. It's meant to be. Everything is meant to be with them. We share the same middle name. We're meant to be. We have the same temples. We're meant to be. And now they have the same shirt. They're meant to be. Yeah, I'm sure. There's a video or photo of Twats wearing that shirt. Oh yeah, there are. Yeah, there's numerous actually, numerous photos and videos of Chris Watts wearing this shirt. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Deadline Crime. Thank you. I loved wearing my boyfriend's tees. Yeah, right. And so this is another thing that we've already seen this with Nichol Kessinger, right? This is something that Nichol Kessinger has done before. Let's go ahead and pull up one of the photos of her wearing Chris Watts's hat, right? To me, it's almost as though Nicole is marking him, right? For everyone in the chat, when you wear, and I mean, I'm also guilty of this. Yeah, I've definitely worn my partner's clothing in the past because I just want to be cute. I'm like, oh my god, look. Right? So I definitely get it. I definitely get it. But yeah, that's why I say it's a form of marking, right? You're almost like marking your territory by trying to be cute, wearing, your boyfriend stuff, or, it's just it's just one of those things that people do. I don't really know too many men that are wearing their their girlfriends like tank tops, or I don't know, maybe. Maybe. Let me know. Let me know if you're a guy, right? For any of my guys in the chat, do you guys wear your girlfriend's tank tops, right? Trying to be cute. Like, hey girl, hey. Look at the tank top fits so good on me. You end up stealing it from her because it looks better on you. Hey, I don't know. I'm just asking, right? I'm curious. I'm curious. But anyway, here, let's go ahead and show you guys the picture that I was trying to show you before I got distracted with other stuff. Uh, okay, look at this. Check this out. Look at that. Oh, wait, this is the wrong one. It's not even the fuck. This is the wrong one. This is just her showing off the shirt that she got at Bandimere Speedway, right? Which is the shirt that she may have gotten when she was with him. God, where's the other one I want to show you guys? They all look the same. These are all just the same photo. Just in like different poses. Okay, goodness, where is this photo? Here it is. Okay, that's the wrong one. That one's little. You're gonna have to squint to see it. All right, give me a second until I find the right one. I have to show you guys. Oh, here it is. Found it. There it is. Found it. Right here. Okay, take this one out. Right here. You guys see that? She's wearing his hat. This is the hat that he wore to the Great Sand Dunes, right? And look, she's showing it off. She's like, "Oh my god. Look, I'm your girlfriend. I'm marking my territory. I'm spraying." Right? Just like what is it? A skunk? Just like a skunk sprays around. Right, exactly. Deadline. Yes. Wear my varsity jacket, teenage love. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it's that kind of love, right? Like, yeah, let me wear your cute things. Let me show you how much I love you. Right? That kind of energy. That's what I'm seeing. And so yeah, so if she's wearing his hat, she's wearing things that they've acquired together during the affair, then it would make sense that she's also trying to be cute wearing the shirt that he is wearing, right? So this shirt was probably left behind. So do we think that's what happened? Diana, a cat in heat. Oh my god. Oh man. Dude, cats in heat. Oof. Oh my god. Have you ever heard a cat in heat? Ugh, awful, awful, awful. I mean, it sounds painful. Poor babies. Please spay your cats. Please spay them. But anyway. um yeah, this is definitely something that I think that Chris Watts left behind in her apartment and now she's wearing it, right? Yeah, her territorial marking is white twats had to do a deep clean of Shanann's Lexus. Is that why? Yeah. It could be. It could be, definitely. Right. I mean, as we know, Chris Watts did a deep clean of Shanann's car. We wondered why, and it could just be, right, that she was leaving her markings. She was spraying. She's like, "Oh, I just need to leave my scent behind," right? She's like, right? She's like rubbing her pheromones everywhere. Who knows? Who knows? Could be though. All right. Look at that. 74% still think so. All right. 4% say no inclination. She owned it before Chris Watts. Oh, wow. 1%. 1% says owns it before Chris Watts. Yeah, they are. Cats are scary in heat. Yeah, they're like, they just want touch. It's so weird. It's so creepy. Right? They put their butt up and they're just like crazy. All right, guys. All All right, guys. Let's go ahead and continue.
I guess just call me back when you have a chance. Bye.
Look at this. This is a photo of her in what it looks like a sunflower field. Now, sunflowers are Nicole Kessinger's favorite flower, right? And so, where do we think that she took this photo? Do we know? 1% show yourself NK. Or who knows? It could be Miss Gloria Holia, right?
Hi. It's me. I miss your face. I was just calling to say hi. Call me back.
Bye.
Bye.
You decide. You decide. Coincidences or something more. You decide, right? Like I said, right? On my channel, you guys decide. I'm just giving you guys my opinion here, right? This is what I see. I don't think that there are any coincidences. When there are way too many, it stops being a coincidence and it starts being more of evidence, right? It starts showing us that there is a pattern here. Patterns, most of the time they build to something bigger. And so it's really up to you guys. It's up to you guys, but I think that the majority of us don't think that this is a coincidence. We really don't, because what the hell? We can't have that many coincidences, right? Something creepy about her and sunflowers, right? Sunflowers are nice. I do love sunflowers. I don't think they're my favorite flower anymore. See, the thing with sunflowers, they're so good because I mean they're pretty, they're heliotropic, right? They follow the sun. But you can also eat out of them. You can eat seeds, right? You can get stuff out of it. Right. Oh, thanks, Deadline. Thank you. Yeah, guys, please, please, please. Yeah. Please like, comment. It helps with the algorithm. Represents fertility. Right. Yes. Like a skunk. She she's Nikki LaPew. Right? Any Looney Tunes fans out here? She's Nikki LaPew. She just goes around spraying. Right? No, she's definitely not Penelope. She's the stinky one. Marking her territory everywhere she goes. Oh, look at this. Okay. So it looks like it's over. Yay. It's done. It is over. All right. Well, this was a really good video. Oh my goodness. Unmasked true crime. Please, please, please go ahead and check out her channel. This is my first time on this channel. It is great. I loved the video. Really, really good content. And a lot of really interesting points, a lot of really good points. And I really also loved that we were able to include something to our calendar. Like I said, anytime that we include something in the calendar is a good day because we're able to get closer to the truth. I don't know where I put my calendar. Oh my god, I lose this thing every single time. I just have way too many tabs open. Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay. So, for today we were able to add this one. We added Nicole Kessinger Googled Amber Fry. That was something new that we added. And then we were able to just verify and confirm all the other activity that she was doing throughout the month. And we were also able to kind of question, right? Ask, when did they meet? When did they meet? Because it doesn't make sense. The timeline doesn't make sense. But I do believe that um, either way, right away, I really don't think that they had to have been in a relationship a really long time for them to become obsessed. I think that these are just two people who would become obsessed with one another right off the bat because they were both um, longing for this type of attention from someone else. Whether it's longing or lust or both, it is definitely something that to me, it makes a lot of sense that they would just, love or, lust after each other right off the bat. I don't really think that it would take that long for them to, go through it, right? I don't know, something's wrong with my throat. It is. Aw, deadline. Aw. Well, yeah, my live streams are usually about 2 hours because it's around the 2-hour mark, I start, to get fidgety. I don't know. I just after 2 hours, especially in the summer, I mean, you can see, right? I'm already right? You can see that my skin is glowing. It's because I'm sweaty. Right? So, yeah, I keep my live streams around 2 hours so that I can get up and stretch my legs. I also need a bathroom break. Sometimes I forget to drink water, I forget to hydrate. All the issues with having ADHD. Sometimes you're just like, "Huh, what's going on?" And then you realize you've been doing a live stream for, like, 4 hours long, and you haven't gone to the bathroom for that long, so but yeah, my skin is glistening because 'cause I'm sweating. Yeah, even with the fan blowing directly in my face, I'm still struggling here, so but yeah, here, let's go ahead before we end it, though, I do wanna end the poll, 83 votes, and she's wearing Chris Watts' shirt, so the majority of us think that she's wearing Chris Watts' shirt. Alright, cool. 83 votes. Thank you guys so much. Oh my goodness. Alright, we ended it. So the majority of us think that she's wearing Chris's shirt, and then she bought the shirt to match with Chris Watts. Yeah, I'm kind of in between the two. I think if she's not wearing Chris's shirt, she definitely bought it to match with Chris. Yeah, I just think she's that kind of gal. Um, no inclination is 4%, and then she owned it before Chris. I definitely don't think she owned it. There's no way. Right? She plays with blocks. No, she plays Twister. That's what she plays. she, she's an expert. Remember, she has multiple gold medals. Oh man. All right, guys. But anyway, I just want to say thank you to all of the fan funding. Oh my god, my throat today. My goodness. Debbie, thank you so much for the super chat. Helen, thank you so much for gifting memberships. Thank you. And good to see you. Wolf Baby, thank you so much for the super chat and the question. This was such a good question. I'm gonna look into it a little more before I forget. I need to write it down, right? Because then I'll forget. I'm about to get up and take Gia outside to get her catnip, so I'm definitely gonna forget. So, Nichol Kessinger, geologist, right? That's the question. Okay. Nancy, thank you so much. Heather, thank you so much. Tiger, Linda, Soil, Blue, Tiger, Nick, and Carrie. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much for supporting the channel. Thank you so much. Do any mods have Roxy's email? Oh, yes. Yes. um, uh, do any of his tattoos say NK at all? I don't think so. That's a good question, but oof. I mean, dang, imagine him getting a tattoo of NK. What she he gets a tiny little like Sasquatch tattoo. He gets a Sasquatch tattoo. Everybody asks him, "Oh, why did you get that tattoo?" He's like, "I love nature." That would be great. Oh man. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for joining today's live stream. It was really fun. Thank you for all of the laughs and all of the questions and all the good, yeah, like all the good opinions and the good theories. I really love going through this and all these videos with you guys. So thank you. And thank you to everybody who recommended this video. It was really good. So yeah, thank you all. Please keep sending them my way. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you to my moderators. And again, you guys have access to Discord, so go ahead and join Discord if you'd like. You don't have to, but if you do just want to, chat with each other, chat amongst yourselves or with me, or, if you want to let me know anything moderation wise, you can always hop on and I'll be there. And then thank you to my members, and then thank you to all of my subscribers. If you like this live stream, please go ahead and subscribe. Okay, subscribing is free. Please like, share, comment. Give me little, funny emojis, hype it, do everything you need to do, all the good stuff to share it and get these videos out there. All right, but anyway. Oh, Tommy's girl. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, and I did want to would you be okay being my moderator for my other channel, Rabbit Hole Rocks Live? I did want to make you a moderator. I have a lot of moderators on this channel, but I need just like 2 more for my other one. Would you mind? Tommy's girl, since you're here. Before we leave. Yeah, if you don't mind, I will make you a moderator for my other channel, Rabbit Hole Rocks Live, since you attend the majority, if not all, of my live streams. All right. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much. Take care, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, and just so you know, all of my members, so yeah, my diamond and gold members, we were going to have our monthly members only live stream right after this. Yeah, at 3 p.m. All right, guys. All right, well, yeah, if you guys don't have any more questions, take care, guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, take care. Bye, guys. I'll leave you guys to some ASMR. Thank you.